I think that you would have done really well, like, and again, in a creative space, whether it been acting or, like, again, like, if you would have just stuck with YouTube, because you're already doing YouTube.
There was a lot of gay guys.
Yeah, but you would. Who does it care? You still have a very flamboyant
That
personality.
sounded homophobic.
And it wasn't. No, just you have a very.
I like the gays.
No. Okay. Yes, but you have a very flamboyant person. You're still very like performative, and you're very like expressive.
You're right.
Right.
I remember the time I got a boner on stage.
No, I don't.
Okay, there was a video of it. I wish we could get it. Someone find it.
They're gonna find it.
Well, I mean, if we guys, I have a video of me with a boner on stage. Someone do the research. It was hefty, and I was dancing and flipping, and I didn't know I had a boner until after, which is a weird thing. I could have sworn I didn't. I wasn't hard.
Just like a young man boner.
It's weird how people remember things.
Well, this is you remembering, because I don't know.
They remembered me. I say by they as the kids that I performed with on stage were all giggling after, and they were like, "Oh, you really enjoyed that." And I was like, yeah, I got to be in front of like a couple hundred people dancing.
Oh, it was during a play. Like
it was during a dance performance. And a solo for me. And I wasn't even that great a dancer, but I was coming out doing stuff. And apparently I was very hard.
Was this Beauty and the Beast?
No. It was like a showcase of like a bunch of different bullshit.
John Jay? Like at high school?
John Jay, Anthony J. Scarone was our director, and he always just wanted
You dropping him like that? You just dropping his full name?
He's an excellent director. Probably one of the greatest men. Taught me many lessons and let me get away with hella shit. I mean, we're talking about perverse shit.
We don't have to dive into
sorry.
that. We can
No. But this is the honest to God truth. This is me just spitting it.
Yeah.
He like I can remember so many times, and he was like an old school director. I remember one time I was laughing when I shouldn't have been laughing. He threw a water bottle at me, hard as he can. Then I was so angry, and then he pointed at me and was like that, and I was like, whoa, like like he touched me on the inside.
And I feel like nowadays, if you had like someone in like a high school setting, like middle school setting, throw a water bottle at a kid,
right? You couldn't do that nowadays, and I think that's a big issue.
People are soft.
That made me different. Like I was,
kids are soft.
Well, not all kids. I coach kids.
A lot of kids.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of kids are soft. A lot of kids are just confused. A lot of kids still. For those of us who are older listening, a lot of kids. You can see yourself in the kid, what they're thinking, because the brain doesn't work as fast, man. Or it works fast, but for them, they don't understand what we understand, and so there becomes a labyrinth instead of where it should be just a straight path, right? They have to try and make their own way to get on the road that we're trying to lead them on, right? That's how I feel a lot when you're trying to tell a child something to try and explain what's right and wrong, especially with society today, not really knowing what is right and what is wrong. Really, we have, even our society, let's say we're a democratic capitalist society, we have to vote on what we think is right and wrong.
Yes.
Right? And we don't agree. It is quite literally down the middle more often than not. It is a 50-50 where people believe that major issues should be held one way or the other. That's a big thing that I noticed.
That's a two-party system, right? People live and die with their team. And if they want their team to win, more so they might even agree with the point.
Right, but we're talking about it in the way that how do you raise a child when both parties have things that are true? The problem is that both parties have things that are also considered wildly untrue. I don't want to get into politics that much on our first podcast.
Yeah, I mean, you have parties that have different baselines, right? And again, it's your team's belief, and you're going to champion them no matter what. Even if, that's not necessarily the value that lines up and speaks the most with you. It's I'm a this, so I therefore blankly support everything.
But do you think that... I'd like to believe that most people have a broader spectrum of ideas. At least the creatives. I can only speak for myself. As a creative, as somebody who aspires to be a creative, I'm all over the fucking place, man. I'm all over the place.
That's the strength of you. No, that is the strength. That
I don't think so, man. Well, no, because the fence sitters is what they call us, right? You're a fence sitter.
Oh, you can't. You don't stand for anything. You
Yeah,
said fence.
yeah.
You said fence sitter, and then I said, "What does a fence sitter mean to you?"
Okay,
you sit in the middle.
You're right, but what I mean is that's what they consider a creative or someone who doesn't know what the exact right thing is. If you don't pick a side, like I always thought of myself as not a Democrat or a Republican, but as an independent. Then I read some of the independent shit, and I was like, okay, that sounds a little lit, like you want to have a new regime, you know, like you know. And then I really thought, like, what am I really? I don't vote. I've never voted.
You've never voted?
I've never voted.
Why?
Because people died who didn't want to.
But people also died for your right to vote.
But
so you think that
so it discounts the people who died for my right not to?
Who's dying for your right not to vote? Like terrorists?
No, but why is it that the people who died for my right to vote and the people who died for my right not to?
Who's the people dying for your right not to vote? Like who are you referring to? Exactly?
Americans too died for a right not to vote.
Like what you mean in a riot?
Because I don't have to, right?
You don't have to.
I don't have to.
Oh, you're saying to die to have the freedom to
choose
correct.
Not to.
Okay, I see.
Right, and that's what I say. Like, but people also People died for my right to vote. You should do it. They died for your right to vote.
Well, they died for your right to live in a free society.
People died. Yeah, that's what it is. People died so I could say I don't want to have a say.
But you have that right, and you're saying you just don't want to exercise your right.
No. Yes. I don't know.
It seemed like you had a lot of conviction just now.
But I think there's a lot of no, yes, I don't know.
There's a lot of no, yes, and that's the beauty of it all, right? Yeah. And that's what this whole platform is for us. It's to explore, and for you, and for everyone at home. It's to explore these different ideas, explore these different spaces, because it's not just politics. We don't really want to see what everyone's beliefs are in terms of like every 4 years for an election. We want to know more about TikTok, because I want to know more about TikTok. Do you understand how frustrated I was the past couple of days trying to set us up on all the accounts?
It was TikTok hard?
You know, like old we are? Like, I don't understand.
Isn't it X now? No, it's Twitter.
That's Twitter.
Elon Musk
we have a Twitter.
We have a Twitter. We have an X.
We have everything. We have Twitter.
We have an X.
We have Twitter.
We can't call it Twitter anymore.
We have an X. We have an X. We have an Instagram. We have TikTok. We don't have a Snapchat yet. I'm gonna. Just
we don't need a Snapchat. I feel like every time I get a Snapchat, I get random.
It's usually me.
Based on yes, definitely you. But it's based on what I look up online, and it's not appropriate.
Is it OnlyFans people? Or I'm getting a lot of that.
Because I'll look it up at it once. I'm a normal guy that falters in his willpower to not look at the female form.
All right, well, hold on. Let's reel back into the social media that we have.
Well, that's part of it, isn't it?
That is part of it, yeah.
I feel like a big part of social media is the female form, or just sexual form of anybody.
I agree.
You know, can't gender bias it on that. It really is just men too.
That's where we don't see. That's the edge that we lose. We don't have sexual appeal. We have creative drive. we have
We're not virgins. We have some sort of sexual appeal.
I'm not talking about this in the.
You're definitely not.
I'm not talking about in the scheme of like.
This guy fucks.
No. I'm not talking about what we do like in just get like socially. I mean like. We're not going out there saying like, "Hey, look at us on the beach," or like, "Oh my God,
well, why not?
Let's see if we could flip a solo cup on our butts," because we don't have that.
Let's do that too.
We could do those things.
Why not?
But like, we need to, because then that's going to really get a different kind of audience.
Let's make even weirder people do it, like people with like weird bodies.
Like make other people do those things?
Well, we can.
What do you mean make them?
Well, we have weird bodies, but not that weird.
Yeah.
Like I'm just really small and you're just really big.
Yeah.
That's a funny trope in itself, but you know. All right, maybe we hedge that one.
No, but it's a good hedge though, because I want to like think of, because the content, I want you to play games. I want you to play video games because that's your strength. We can play random 2-player stuff. We can play we can go on the Xbox.
Send us games, store. Guys. Send us games.
Send us games.
Send us games. Please.
We could do our own research as well and just play quirky shit that's blowing up, right? But I also want us to do. Invent our own kind of content. Have our own kind of corner of what we like to discuss. We could do book reviews, right? Which I do like, and eventually we'll just get into discussing Red Rising, a book series that you and I both
we could take a time with that. That's a good anything for anybody.
But there needs to be some kind of niche. There needs to be something.
Do we need a niche?
Yeah.
Why?
What would we do?
In theory, here's how I see it. Okay, I don't know how the algorithm works. I don't think anyone but the people up top, and even maybe they don't understand. Maybe it's only those super techie guys who are like like, you know, like zoned in. Freaking, we're talking about, what was that movie where Keanu Reeves was a hacker?
The Matrix.
Yes, maybe, but I think it was a different one. But yes, like that, like, you know, like those guys understand how the algorithm works, and even then, like, it might just be random shit. I mean, we look at random shit.
Oh yeah, no,
it's random.
We don't know what's gonna pop off and become popular until we do it. So yeah, no, we definitely wouldn't put ourselves in a box. But like, I was watching a YouTube video last night. I fell asleep to it, and it's a guy. His whole entire channel is dedicated to different vampire lore across cinema, werewolf lore across cinema, and the guy has like 2 million subscribers, like 30,000 likes a video, and it seems like very rudimentary, basic, like kind of functioning.
Let's ask them. Let's put it on the all our media. Let's ask, what do you guys, and we'll put a bunch of things like, what do you guys want us to talk about? We'll ask them too, and we'll see what interests our fan base the most, and we'll keep it diverse. We'll always splash into other things, and we'll do diverse things. But what they want to see, we'll try and give them, as long as it's not us hurting ourselves.
Yeah, no,
that's a thing that people do too. We don't want to hurt ourselves.
No, there's no point of it where like
we'll jump off cliffs and stuff though.
We would do fun things within reason. We'll do anything where it's like not selling our souls, so to speak, and not like at the loss of our values. But I'm down to try. I'm down to try a bunch of different shit.
Yes, I'm 100% in to see what's gonna be fun for the audience and for us.
Yeah.
I just want to have fun the whole way. If this does blow up into something huge, please, that would be awesome. We'll do crazy things. I will do crazy things. I will do, I'm gonna get some water. I will do insane things. Not truly, don't, I'm not going to put a man-of-war jellyfish on my dick. You know.
I wouldn't, yeah.
Oh, why'd I even say it?